All right. Welcome again to another episode. It's me, Richmond, Atu-Johnson, and I'm here with Tosin, Michael. So remember our first episode where we talked about nasal, and we also spoke about in the second episode we spoke about singing vibrato, and you saw all the practicals that was being done. Okay, today we are going to be treating dynamics. We're going to be doing dynamics in music. All right, we're going to be treating dynamics, and I want you to pay close attention to this episode. All right, so before we go into the video, please, if you're just watching us, just make sure you click on that subscribe button. You can see a kind of by the side of the video, you see the subscribe there. You can just click directly and subscribe to this channel so that, and click on the notification bell, because we're going to be uploading several videos that you can be learning from. All right, so that every time we load in a new video, notification comes to you directly. All right, so please do that right now. So before we start, we're going to have Tosin Michael to sing for us, and this is our routine. Every time she comes in, she will sing. And please remember to call the date. What's today's date? I think it's
today's 9th.
May 9th. All right. So she's going to be doing a song to also see her development and, trust and obey. All right. So you can hold this back in microphone.
Good morning, everyone. Today is 9th May 2026. My third training. Amen. Trust and obey, for the Lord, the way to be happy in Jesus. Down to trust and obey. Trust and obey. For there's no way to be happy in Jesus. Not to trust and obey.
Do it again.
Trust and
Vibrato. I don't like monotonic sound. You need to improve on your singing.
for the
No! Vibrato.
the way to be happy in Jesus. Down to trust and obey.
Okay. You've done that part, even though I'm not impressed, because I needed you to really have worked so hard on the vibrato, because it's supposed to sound more like this. You see that? That's what I want to hear. Trust and obey, for there's no thy way to be happy. Yeah, see here. You see this? P, G. I told you your belly also contributes to help. Jesus, but to trust and obey. That is what I want to hear in practice. Okay, so let's move forward to our class. All right, so how are you guys all feeling? I hope you're enjoying the class right now. Okay, that is for vibrato, and she came, you still need to work. Sometimes it takes some people 7 days, sometimes 3 days, sometimes a whole month for some people to capture it. You understand? Because it's one of the strongest foundation. Once that foundation is good, every other thing just be building upon it. You understand? So build on your foundation, which is a vibratonic effect. So even while you go home, you still continue to exercise on it. Now for this episode, this week, we're going to be dealing with dynamics. Okay, what is dynamics? As I wrote on the board, dynamics is the rate of change of volume sound from high to low, from a high volume, from a high frequency to low frequency, and then from low to high. So it means it is not like a static from high, then to low, you stop. No, it means high to low, low to high, high to low. So you just, even in dynamics, your vibratonic effect is still dynamics too. That is actually what happens. Low volume, high volume, low volume, high volume, and that's what creates that vibrato. So you still see it plays under the dynamics effect. Now in dynamic effect, if you understand rate of high, that means let me put it for example in singing. If I say trust, oh babe, for there's no, you see, for there's no other way. So that means when you sing towards, when you are singing to a public, you do not sing on static sound. You must be raising the volume, dropping the volume, raising the volume. Now, so and dynamic itself has some certain effect. Oh, that is not mine. Just hold on. Okay, I'm getting it. All right. So when you are dynamics has certain effects. We have the crescendo effect. We have the diminuendo. N-U-E-N-D-O. Diminuendo effect. We have the staccato effect. Then we have the legato effect. All right, guys, you're enjoying this class now. You're enjoying it. We're actually going to stop at episode 4 because, this young lady or lady here made a very high pay for these private class. So we're giving you privy to at least 4 episodes. If you want more, you know what to do. Just you can call on 08036472322. So if you want to join my private class or you want to have private class with Tosin Michaels and Richmond Atu-Johnson. So I'll tell you what you should do. So now we have this fall effect. This fall effect always plays in your sound. This fall effect plays in your sound, which means that, as I said, if I say do, re, see do, re, mi, fa, all these sound increase in volume, if you notice. La, 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 la. It's increase in volume. Now when you now decrease, la, 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 so it decreases in volume. So in your singing, we're not going to be practicing anymore on the re, mi, fa, sol now. We're going to be improvising the sound. Your practicals will now be more of improvisation. What do I mean? It means if you're going to sing Trust and Obey, for example. Trust and obey. So that will be your practicals. But it must be on vibrato. That means I will say, let me do it for example. Oh, sorry, I've not explained this. So I'm still talking about rate of volume change. I will explain this later and how you can also put it when you are doing. So the way you actually arrange music, you arrange them in syllables. The next course you are going to be studying is singing structure. That is the next episode, singing structure. So then you now know how to arrange, how to make sure that all sound stays on syllables. So for now, let's play around let's say trust. Trust is one syllable. And you separate them with a dash. And obey, there are two syllables. Obey. Trust and obey. So in this word, there are four syllables. For this,
No.
no, or thy
Way.
way to be happy, happy in Jesus' birth, to trust and obey. You understand? Now, in practical, I will say express that rate of change in volume. That's your first practical or first exercise. I say if I will put the change in their letters. I will say low, high. If I put high, H-I, you know that this volume should be high. If I now say low, this volume should be low. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Trust. Now, trust. Can you try that?
Trust.
Okay. But always put the vibrato. Because every practical I told you, do not forget the previous. Carry the previous into a new exercise. So you don't lose your previous one and be going on default. You must condition yourself to be doing the previous exercise. If I say high, low, high again, oh, make sure your nose, because every high sound, the nose helps to condition it. Say, oh, no, you are saying, oh, you are still coming down. Shout and let the nose be the one to press it down. Oh, shoot all your voice. Just shout. Just shout. Shout again. Now vibrate it. That is how you'll be. Every time as a singer they ask you to do such thing, you do exactly to bring the vibrato.
Okay, I wanted to use only nasal.
The vibrato. Put the vibrato must, because that was the other part. Trust and obey. I could go high. Follow. There's no thine way to. You can write it this way so you could practice even at home. All right, so this you would practice in rate of change of volume sound. So now let me quickly drop what these ones means before you now go into these practicals. You see, the word crescendo means gradual increase in volume.
Okay.
It goes with a slow, like trust and obey. You see that slow sound? is called the crescendo effect.
Okay.
For there's no way. You understand?
Yes, sir.
You can see I still put vibrato in that
Inside
thing.
it.
Two, two. If it doesn't go, it's not like two. Any sound that starts from 7 to 7, same wavelength, is not. It must be like from 0 to 7. 0 to 7 is that for a crescendo. You are still writing this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me.
I don't want you to clean it.
I'm not even going to clean. You are going to even practice it for like 50 times. Okay, I can only clean the first one up. We all know we're studying dynamics. Please, when you're coming to class, try and buy this.
Okay.
You can buy like 4 or 5. So black. Don't ask for blue, all black. So let's do. While you're copying, let me be dropping these boxes. Yeah. What did I say is crescendo? What is crescendo? Define it.
Crescendo is when you take
Gradual increase in volume.
Yeah.
Gradual. When they say what is crescendo? Gradual increase in volume. So what is diminuendo? Gradual decrease in volume. Is the opposite of crescendo. Crescendo, you gradually increase the volume, and the sound you actually hear is a slow sound, slow effect, slow sound. The sound is slurring. Trust and obey. You sound silent to loud, silent to loud. That is what you get on crescendos. Silent to loud. Then the other one is called diminuendo, which is loud to silence. It drops. Like trust, it just fades. That is called the diminuendo effect. Dimin, to diminish. It's a diminishing sound effect. It's called diminuendo. Then we have what we call staccato. Staccato is a sharp tone that sharp. What am I called? Staccato is a sound that ends with a sharp stop. Like if I want to sing it here now, if I say sing all these things with staccato effect, what you should do is something like this. With a sharp stop. Trust and obey, for there's no other way to be happy
Sharp
in
voice.
sharp stop. Sound that ends with a sharp stop. Just sharp stop. Trust and obey, for there's no other way. You never drag. To be happy in Jesus, but to trust and obey is called staccato. Yeah, it's a staccato effect. Now we have what we call the legato. The legato effect is a long tone. That tone you drag. That monotonic sound you drag. That monotonic sound you drag. So in legato, the sound for this song will sound more like this. Trust and obey, for there's no, it doesn't fade, it doesn't slow, just straight. Trust and obey, for there's no other way to be happy in Jesus, but to trust and obey. You understand? So that is called the legato effect. All these effects, because in the next, even though we're supposed to treat singing structure, we don't have much time. So what we will do, dynamics is split into 2 episodes. We're going to have this high and low volume that you're going to be learning. You're going to do your exercise on. So next week when we come, we'll reiterate more on this.
Okay.
Then you will now do the practicals for this, or the exercise for this, so that we can now fully grab the dynamic effect. Okay, so let me hear you try to sound this in a song.
Trust and obey.
Don't forget your vibrato. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to leave her to be doing her exercise right now. And please, somehow we can pause the video, then come again. So, because I don't see you staying all through her exercise. You do your own while she does her own. You understand? So, we'll give you to do that. Okay, you can hold the mic and be practicing. No, let me put on the fan for you. Okay. No problem. Okay.
Trust and obey.
As I said, I need the vibrato sound. Sorry, before I end, if you finish, you will mark. You'll be marking. Once you finish the first line, you start to mark.
One line.
No, the whole song. Okay, that is 1. You do it 50 times.
Okay. Trust and obey.
Vibrato, you are doing monotone. Be conscious. I don't want to hear vibrato, monotone again. You are past that level.
Can you sing it again, sir?
Trust and obey. For there's no that way to be happy. You have to push yourself. Do the high, do the low, do the high. Make sure it's the vibrato I want to hear.
Want to get that vibrato.
Okay, try and get the vibrato, then you do the rest.
Trust and obey. Am I getting
Continue. Yeah.
For
Vibrate. Anyway, let's just stop here because I want to round up the class now.
Okay.
So we'll round up the class, then the next meeting will be to now treat on that dynamic set. Please, this, you already written it out in the book. Go home and practice it over and over, and also always put in the vibrato effect. It is important. And I know that you will say, people are around. Find a place. You can see that you're screaming. This is important. Because time will come when you are leading praise, when you are leading any form of songs that require, maybe even the lead songs that require those high pitch sound, you're already accustomed, you've already used to it because of your training and your practice. So you go home and be doing this over and over and over. You see, I just gave you 50. If 100 is too much, you can be doing 50 every 2 hours. Maybe if you leave now, by 3 p.m., you start again, try another 50. 6 p.m., you are going for practice. Okay, what time?
We are starting by 3.
By 3, okay.
So
maybe before you go to practice, even while you're at home, maybe after practice in the evening, you can do a lot more. I want to see the brain is what sings, actually. It's not the vocal cord. It is your brain that gives the information. If your brain does not have the right information, your vocal cords will not be able to produce a sound. So that is why we say repetition is very powerful. If you listen to something over and over, you start talking like that thing. If you practice on something over and over, you start becoming that thing. You understand? So that's why we insist that you continually repeat it over and over until it now becomes normal to you. You understand? So we're going to do this exercise, take it home. The next time we come, we're going to those dynamic effects before we start trying singing structure. Because the truth is that if you can put this in your vocal too, it will make your singing more pleasant. You see that vibrato is important. Trust. By the time we come to crescendo will sound like this. It will seem almost insignificant, but it is something that, I don't know, it just have a way of touching the person listening to it. Yeah, as we walk with the Lord in the light of His words. Those are the crescendos there. For the glory is shed on. You should be hearing the low in the sound. You see, all these things are all working together to make sure singing is very professional and is outstanding. All right, guys, thank you so much for being with us in this hour of singing with Tosin Michaels. Tosin Michaels is going to be our next music artist, and watch out for her when she does her song. Let me tell you, when you do a song with us, it will make sense. Don't worry. So she's going to be, we're doing our practicals, we're working on the vocals. As you're watching us, also be working on the vocals. And if you want to reach us, I already said my number, 0036472322. No, what am I saying? 36472322. If you want to reach out to me, then I can consult for you and tell you what you should do and must do. All right, so we just finished the dynamic course. Next episode, we're going to be treating dynamic effect, where we're going to be talking on practicing and exercising on crescendos effect, the diminuendo effect, the staccato effect, and the legato effect. Please do not miss out. Remember, you can go on YouTube and search for Tosin Michaels music. Tosin Michaels music. You will see her there. You also see these videos. I would like you to subscribe to our channel, follow her, because the moment she releases her song, it will be on her channel, not on this channel. All right? So, but for the meantime, subscribe, share, and like. Make your comment. Let's hear what you have to say. Ask your questions, and we will respond. Okay, thank you so much. It's me, Richmond Atu-Johnson. your coach and Tosin Michaels. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye.